You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast, and this is show number 367 for Sunday the 27th of June 2021. Hello and welcome to the Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jayne Phipps, we are your guide to the place where dreams begin.
Where dreams begin.
Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle, and how are we this fine week?
Am I speaking sort of plurally? I am. I'm not going to say we because it sounds a bit hoity-toity. I am doing really, really well, my lovely. I have got something I'm going to share in a moment that made me super, 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 super impressed today. And then something also that made me super, super, super chuckle, which I'll come to in a few moments. But yeah, everything's going well. June is striding by and we're on the downward plummet into July. School out at the end of July. Whiz through a few weeks and then I'm on the Disney cruise. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, and nearly the end of the academic year. That seems to be rolling around rather quickly.
Yeah, it is indeed. And before we go on to the main body of this week's show, I just wanted to give a big, massive shout out to all of our wonderful Patreon supporters to thank you so much for your financial support, keeping the podcast free of sponsorship so you can sit back, relax and not worry about having to forward wind those annoying ads that you sometimes get in some podcasts. So, Jayne, you doing well?
Yes, I could do June being a little bit warmer, but other than that, I'm doing fine.
Perfect. I received something in the post this week.
Oh.
In fact, I received two things in the post.
Look at you.
First one, Dear Michelle and Tom, wish you were here at Serenity Bay. Hammocks have been commanded and about to go into that beautiful water. Hopefully there will be another cruise that we can coordinate in the future. Love, Kat and Lewis.
Aww.
And that was from Castaway Cay.
Aww.
And I've received that in the post today. Do you sense an issue here, Jayne?
Hold on a minute. Hold on. When was that sent?
I'll have to contact Kat and Lewis to actually find out when they were last there, but I know it wasn't 2020 because they weren't there in 2020.
I'm thinking, hold a minute. Have Australia released their deadline?
No.
No, then I'm thinking, no, they can't have done, because even if they hadn't have done, there's no cruises going to Castaway Cay at the moment.
Yeah. So all I can try and
goodness.
fathom out on the Bahamian sort of stamp saying Castaway Cay is that it was sometime in 2019 in August. Now, if Kat and Lewis would have been on that cruise at that time, surely I would have been meeting them because I was in Florida around that time. So it can't have been. So I don't know, maybe it was stuck
That's a mystery.
in the post box in Castaway Cay for like 3 years or something. I don't know.
How bizarre.
But it was very, very nice to get that postcard this morning. Greetings from sunny Castaway Cay, and it's obviously flown here by pigeon.
Wowzers. I know they talk about post not being brilliant at the moment, but, you know, that's taken it to a whole new level.
It is. It just made me chuckle. So I will be speaking off air to Kat and Lewis about that. And then the second bit of post I got was from the lovely Marla Chan. And you can hear it say Mystery Set Ensemble Mystère, which is actually in French. So it kind of puzzles me a little bit because this was bought in Walt Disney World.
Okay.
But hey-ho, so I'm snipping it open and it's one of those mystery boxes, which I'm not a fan of because I'm an obsessive collector and if I'm going to have one in a set, I want the whole lot.
Right.
But this set you can have a choice of and you can tell me which one you'd like, Jayne.
Okay.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Figment, a bunny in a teacup, Alice in Wonderland. Then, what's he called? That bird from Ariel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Him in a sort of clamshell. Orange bird. There's Jungle Cruise Mickey. There's a Tower of Terror welcomer. There's Hatbox Ghost in the Haunted Mansion Doom Buggy. There is, oh my eyesight's really failing me. There's Snow White by Wishing Well, which is super cute. and then there is Donald Duck in a little speedy car. So I am opening it up in anticipation of what I'll get. Oh, I get 2. Ooh. So I wonder which ones I get. I would really love the Orange Bird and Figment.
Well, I was thinking Figment and Mr. Toad.
Right, well, okay, let me open the first one. Ooh, I got the Doom Buggy.
Oh, nice.
That's good. Oh, that's a really nice pin. I'm quite pleased with that one. When I was feeling the outside edge of it, I thought, oh, God, don't be the clamshell. What's the next one? Oh, and then I've got the Alice in Wonderland one. Oh, they're lovely.
Oh, sweet.
I'm really pleased because I've got a really nice Disney sort of Alice in Wonderland outfit to wear on the cruise. So thank you, Marla, for them.
There you go. Perfect.
Thank you for breaking my diet, because I also was sent some Graham Cookie artificial mini sweets over, and I've been craving for this for the last year and a half. A chocolate-coated crispy rice cereal treat.
Wow.
I'm going to devour that on my own when nobody else is around and have a decadent moment of stuffing it all in my face before I go back on my diet.
I've got an image in my head now, Michelle, of you sat in a corner somewhere, cowering, keeping away from everybody while you devour that in one go.
I know. I might just take it into work and eat it sat under my desk.
I thought you were going to say you can taunt all the children with it.
Well, I might take some of the cookies because the bag is really, really huge. And I think, to be honest, I could be eating these cookies till I'm 57 because there's like thousands in this bag. So I might take the children a cookie in tomorrow. But I will have to sort of like sanitize them completely. Not the cookies, the kids, because obviously COVID.
Obviously, of
but
course.
I'll do that on the way out or something. I'll find a way to make it COVID friendly. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on about COVID. You've got some history, Jane.
Yeah, I've got a few little bits actually this week. Not much for the actual day of podcast day, 27th. I've only managed to find one, and I had to include this one because it's got a Snow White connection. So 27th of June 1889 was the birth date of Maroney Olsen, who was the voice of the magic mirror in Snow White. So I thought, I'll have to mention that. And then I didn't realise this, but she was also the voice of the senior angel in It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
So I thought, well, I know both of us like It's a Wonderful Life. So I thought, that's quite a nice little one to talk about because it's got Snow White as well. So, but anyway, 28th of June, found a little bit more things of interest. We have the birthday in 1910 of artist and Imagineer and Disney legend, of course, Herbert Dickens Ryman. Obviously, Herb Ryman as he's better known. Very classic name within Disney Imagineering. Made the probably best well known for rendering of Disneyland in 1953. Painted the first official rendering for Walt Disney World's Cinderella Castle. He's worked on both Tokyo and DLP and Epcot Center. Yeah, I mean, he's had his finger, so to speak, in a lot of things to do with Disney and the parks. Going forward to 1955, obviously iconic year 1955 when Disneyland opened, and I found a little piece that Walt Disney had wrote himself to all the employees who had assisted on making Disneyland, and it was actually an invite for them all to attend the grand debut on July the 17th. And a part of this came back because he was a little bit worried there wouldn't be enough people scattered throughout the park for the TV cameras. So it says, as we come down the home stretch in the building of Disneyland, I knew you were as happy as I am with the way in which this dream of ours is coming to full life. I thought lovely that, dream of ours, not his, dream of ours. Your contribution to the construction, the development and the details of the park has made it possible for us to foresee that we will open Disneyland virtually completed. The few days remain before our television preview on Sunday, July the 17th, will be all important to us, but I know that we can count on you and every one of your fellow employees to do your utmost to meet our schedule. I would like to cordially invite you and your family to participate with us in the thrill of the Disneyland premiere. Within the next few days, we'll have your preview tickets available. They'll be distributed to you at Disneyland and will assure you and your family of a wonderful afternoon as our guests on all the rides and amusements in Disneyland. I'm sure your family will be as proud of your effort as all of us are. Sincerely, Walt Disney.
He did have put words together in such a
Oh,
moving
it's just
way, didn't
like,
he?
oh, my heart. 1987, another Snow White connection. Because if I see Snow White, I've got to mention it because I
Of
know how much
course.
Snow White means to you. So Snow White was bestowed the 1,850th star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Wow.
Special guests included animators Ward Kimball, Mark Davis, and Art Babbitt, as well as Adriana Casaletti, who was the voice of Snow White. And she became the third animated character to receive a star, the first two, of course, being Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck.
Fantastic stuff.
Yeah. Now, a little one that I'll finish off with, and this is because this appealed to the geek in me. So, in 2004, Disney announced that after years of research and testing, Walt Disney Imagineering had perfected a new innovation in fireworks launch technology. The new technology uses compressed air to lift fireworks, virtually eliminating the need for smoke-producing black powder and other materials at launch. So this reduced the amount of ground-level smoke and the noise while continuing to make sure you got a really good show. I thought, how cool is that? That not only are they providing these spectacles, but they're also thinking about how to make them even better and put in their research, because we know how much Disney Imagineering puts into their research and development. I thought this was a really cool one that they'd managed to enhance our experience of fireworks. And like I mentioned this to Simon because I thought this will appeal to the geek in Simon as well. And he went, oh, so I wonder if that's like basically having T-shirt cannons but using them for fireworks. I thought, trust him to come up with some sort of analogy like that, but perhaps that's the way it works. I don't know. Be interested to find out more. So there you go. A few little random bits of history.
Thank you, Janie. So for me at the moment, I'm thinking about ways I can bring Disney into my life a little bit more when I'm so far away from the parks. And one way for many people is to have a scent that reminds them of home.
Okay, yeah.
I have purchased a little bit of that Scentsy stuff, and there are others available. But Scentsy is a company that has a range of candle melts, candles. They have the little melt burner things, and I've even bought little plush that is scented with a particular fragrance. And
Oh, wow.
they've had this sort of merchandising deal for quite a while.
Mm.
And, well, there's a new multi-year partnership being struck with Walt Disney World, and Scentsy has become the official home fragrance for the resort.
Oh, okay.
Now, there's going to be details coming, but they have said they will be bringing a new guest experience at Fantasyland, which will create a rich storytelling opportunity through fragrance.
Ooh.
So when you think of Fantasyland, what custom scent comes to mind, Jane?
I don't know. Something sweet.
You see, we both thought of food. Rather than the dung that Dumbo deposits, we both thought of something like candy floss, maybe some popcorn, all of those sort of things which are already in the park anyway. So if you're in Fantasyland, you're going to be smelling the popcorn from the popcorn machine
Anywhere, yeah.
rather than Fantasyland smells. So I don't know, it's going to be a really interesting thing that they're going to put together on that one, and I'm very excited.
I always kind of think of things as well, like, you know, the smell of the water when you're on certain rides. Certain rides for me have I don't know, distinct water smells. So that kind of triggers memory. I know that can trigger a memory in me if you get like a very high chlorinated sort of water smell. So I wonder if they tie into things like that. I don't know.
I can just imagine the new candle.
Perhaps
Chlorinated
not, maybe not.
water. Pirate bilge water.
Yeah. Maybe this is why Jane doesn't go into this field of employ.
Well, you know, when you think about it, it's going to be a very immersive area that, you know, if you're going to have a smell linked to a part of Fantasyland, it's going to be, you know, really, really exciting. I just can't wait. And as you say, there's so many things in the Disney theme parks that link to a memory. Like, all I've got to do is smell an orange and I'm on Soaring.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. And I suppose it's different for everybody though, isn't it? Because we'll all pick in or tune into different sorts of aromas and sights and sounds, isn't it? So certain things will work for you, but perhaps they wouldn't work for me. So it must be a really difficult thing to try and figure out what you're going to incorporate.
It's going to be really exciting. So I just thought I'd mention that one. So that's something that I noticed in the news. And this isn't technical Disney news, but hey ho. Our lovely friend, Disney Dreamgirls family member, the wonderful Donna Pitts, is over in Walt Disney World as recording today. And she's very kindly shared some pictures from her trip to give us an idea of what it is like. And she's basically said that masks are optional if you've been vaccinated.
Yeah.
So it's up to you. And she said there's very few, if any, social distance markers left. She struggled to find any. You know, the buses are back to normal, the queue lines. So it's sort of, you know, being peeled back. So she said, you know, and I've tried some food on behalf of everybody in the Disney Dream Girls for you. She went over to Regal Eagle over at Epcot and she tried the smoked brisket and baked beans with burnt ends.
I must admit, I did see the photo. It did look rather nice.
For me, though, this is just because I'm British. The whole baked bean thing, I can't get my head around baked beans being served at any other time apart from breakfast. But then I think Americans don't get the fact that we have it at breakfast either, because we don't really have it with barbecue. So
No, I think our interpretation of baked beans is different to what the American interpretation is. So we have a very orange-coloured constituency, I suppose, in our minds, and this obviously isn't. So it's not the same sort of baked beans, I should think, is why we get sort of confused with this a little bit. And I have to say, I saw the photo of that, and I mean, I wouldn't normally eat beans because they're not very keto for me, but I did say to Simon, oh, they do look rather nice, I have to admit.
Oh, with cheese on top. Oh.
Cheesy beans.
Oh, can't beat a bit of cheesy beans. I have now just made the whole entire American populace switch off because the idea of cheesy beans is just one step too far.
Yeah.
But cheesy beans and bacon sandwich, oh my word. Oh, even better, Jane, Greg's over here, which is sort of like... They started by being a baker's that basically made most of their money from bread, and then they brought in pasties and some cakes, and now they're doing the majority of coffees that are served to go in the UK. Can you believe that? But they do a cheesy beans pasty. Oh.
Yeah.
If you eat pastry.
If you eat pastry. Proper comfort food though, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, going down onto now thinking about you're in the parks or you're planning a trip to the parks and your favourite eatery is not available. So we're going to give you 4 quality choices tested by myself and Janeska, and we are going to sort of talk a little bit about each, maybe make some suggestions for you, because we have heard quite a lot that this mobile ordering lark isn't as easy and straightforward as people are thinking, because some people in particular different parks, they've struggled to get the mobile order, or it's taking quite a long time to get the food. So I'm sort of saying, well, how about going to a table service, getting that ADR in, and perhaps just having a starter and a dessert? You don't necessarily have to spend $35 on a main.
True, very true, yeah.
So the first place I want to try and persuade you with is La Hacienda de San Angel. And I must admit, I wasn't a fan the first time I ate in the Mexico Pavilion, and last time I was there with Kat and Lewis, we went and we booked it to coincide with Illuminations.
Right,
this is how long ago it was. And we had an absolute fantastic view. Windows, the music was piped in, but the food, oh my word, Jane, it was amazing. But we didn't order an entree. We just ordered a selection of starters. So we had some flouters, which basically are fried tortillas with potato, chipotle chicken, cheese and ranchera sauce. I'd get 2 or 3 for the table.
I'm
Really,
gonna
really
say
good.
you can't beat some good old tortillas, can you really? And I must admit, chipotle chicken on them as well.
Oh, and I don't think you can go any better than having a nice soup. And they do a creamy corn soup with spicy tortilla strips and Mexican sour cream, which I could literally have a bath in.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the queso fundido, melted cheese with chorizo. I love chorizo. Oh, peppers, onions, and flour tortillas. Yeah. Thing is, this is all kind of it's cheese, and I love cheese, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like that, very much that again, a comfort foodie sort of moorishy sort of you dip in and you kind of want to keep going back sort of food.
Yeah. I think if there's a fair few of you in your party, just order one of every single starter and just pick, have it as your own little buffet, because they won't allow you to have a buffet anymore.
No, this is true, but I was going to say exactly the same thing, Michelle. Have a choice of starters, and you've got your little tapas then going, haven't you? Make it a bit posher, call it a tapas, not a buffet.
Yeah. And to be honest, the desserts, meh, don't really do it for me. Not my really cup of tea, to be honest. But if you want to push the boat out, there is quite a lot of entrees on the menu that range from $27 all the way up to a staggering $64, but that does serve 2 people.
It does, yeah. And I'm going to say, you're in a sit-down restaurant, so you're not going to get the cheapest of mains anyway, like you say. So you have got that choice. I think what you said was a really good idea, Michelle. Don't feel obliged to have the entree if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Depends on how hungry you are, what you've eaten throughout the rest of the day as well, doesn't it? I mean, there are some lovely dishes on here, and enough dishes to appeal to everybody, because I mean, the steak jumps out at me because I like my steak. It's $31, so it's not an overtly priced main, but again, budgets etc. allowing, depends what you want to go for.
And I think also, if you haven't got any reservation made at Epcot, 9 times out of 10 when you go, there'll be some kind of festival going on.
Very true.
So I don't think Epcot is one where you need to panic too much with.
No, I mean, and if you've gone for you're just having a starter, then and the desserts don't appeal, there's enough places that you could wander out and grab something else, maybe even on the go, to make up for your dessert.
True. Okay, let's move on over to Hollywood Studios then, Jane.
Okay.
And this place was a bit of a surprise to me when I ate there, and it's Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano. And I know our lovely friend Tommy Allison had a fantastic meal there the other week when he was there. And I think it's the same sort of thing. This is a place where you can go and get your appetizers and just dip in and out, because you've got some calamari, you've got some house-made Italian meatballs, you've got tomatoes and fresh mozzarella, a margherita flatbread, all of those things. Get a side salad, a Caesar side salad, and all of those things could make a great sharing platter.
Absolutely. I mean, the meatball just, would, yeah. Ricotta, marinara, and basil. Yeah, I'm kind of salivating at the thought of it now.
I know. I want that for me tea. Can we order it to go? Can we order it via Uber?
Do you think? I'm not sure, but it's going to work, Michelle. You give it a go, though.
Yeah. And to be honest, even the entrees at this eatery are not that ridiculously priced. You're starting off with spaghetti and meatballs at $22.
I was just going to say, compared to, just talking about La Hacienda, there is a marked difference actually in the entree prices. So, like you say, going from $19 upwards to what's most spent, about $33, I think it is, isn't it? Which is for the steak. So again, it's kind of relative to what you're buying as well. So lots of choices and very classic Italian dishes, aren't they? So again, and there's enough on there to appeal to all sorts, because you've got your fish, you've got your chicken, you've got your steak, you've got some of your plant-based as well. So, and the classic spaghetti and meatballs. Spaghetti, I can't even say it now. I'm also salivating too much at the thought of all this lovely food. But, it's, nothing there not to like.
Yeah. Easy fix for everybody. Something everyone will like. And if you do want a nice meal, I don't think that is too ridiculous. When you can be thinking, oh, I can be paying $16 for a burger.
Well, yeah, it's not that much more to jump up, is it?
Although,
Definitely.
I did say at La Hacienda, skip the dessert. I'm not saying that here. I am saying you are going to sit down because these are the most reasonably priced desserts in all of Walt Disney World eateries. Oh my word. You're starting at a classic lemon sorbet, $6. Chocolate and cherry tart made with Ghirardelli chocolate, Morella cherries, cherry coulis, whipped cream, $7.50. You can pay the same amount for a dessert walking around World Showcase.
Yeah. And it's got my all-time favourite as well. I just love tiramisu. Yeah. I mean, I know it's a classic. I know it's nothing anything particularly, outstanding, but it's just a beautiful dessert. And $8, it's like you say, Shell, it's not the end of the world. And what you could, let's do the tapas thing again. Let's have a range of sharers that we're all going to have a little bit, starters that we're all going to have a little bit of, and then do the desserts and do the same. Then we could have literally one of everything, and we'll be well away.
Jane?
Yeah?
I may share my mozzarella salad with you. I ain't sharing chocolate and cherry tart. I may love you to pieces, darling, and you are my bestie, but there's no way I'm sharing that dessert. Not happening.
Well, all right then. Shall we? Well, you can have the chocolate and cherry tart. I'll have the tiramisu, and then we'll just get the other ones to share.
Yeah.
Has that been greedy?
No, I'm not fussed about a cannoli. You can have a cannoli yourself.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're playing like that now, are we? Right.
Well,
okay.
I had cannoli once at Epcot, and it was just such a deflated moment that I'd never ever had a cannoli, and then I got one, and I thought, why are people raging about this? Maybe I need to get one next time I go to Italy, to the proper country rather than a USA version.
Maybe.
So we shall see. We shall see. All right, my lovely. Let's pop on, and now. At Animal Kingdom, I struggled.
Okay.
I really struggled when I was thinking about going to eat somewhere, and I was thinking about it long and hard, and I really, really struggled because the list wasn't that long at all of places that are available for us to go to. So I kind of sort of thought, and then I thought Tusker House.
Okay.
Now, the reason I chose Tusker House basically was because it's due to reopen on June the 20th.
Okay, right.
It is a very, very expensive place to eat. I will preface it with that. Breakfast is $42 and lunch and dinner is $55 per adult plus tip and tax. That is expensive, but what you are getting is unusual food that you won't be able to pick up anywhere else.
Yes, very true. It's more of an experience, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah. But you will kind of get socially distant visits from Safari Donald, Mickey, Goofy and Daisy. So it is a way where you can get a nice picture of you. Donald Duck maybe in the background, and then someone in the distance with the mouth open with half-eaten food, which we all know Michelle loves.
Yeah, well, unfortunately that's one of the side effects, isn't it? You're very lucky if you don't manage to get one of those photos.
Yeah. The dinner option there, lots of beautiful North African flavours, Moroccan spiced beef, you've got Berber marinated pork, you've got Cape Malay green curry shrimp. Oh, just so many things, but it is pricey, but maybe because you've saved the money in the other places by just having an entree.
This could be a splurge.
Yeah.
And saying if you get in the little bit of character interaction, whatever we're calling it nowadays, as well thrown in, perhaps that just makes it that little bit more worthwhile for the money.
Possibly so. I've saved my favourite till last though, Jane.
Oh, what's your favourite then, Michelle?
Well, we've talked a lot. with La Hacienda and Mama Melrose about, just ordering appetisers. This place needs stretchy pants. Because it advertises all you care to enjoy for $39 for an adult. And I think that when you consider some of the mains at La Hacienda were in the $30 plus price point, this isn't ridiculous. You're going to have a declaration salad. You're going to have the Patriots platter where you get turkey breast, pot roast, oven roasted pork, you get mash, veggies, herb stuffing to die for, and mac and cheese. And then you get the, literally I'm salivating because I remember how good it was. The ooey gooey toffee cake with chocolate sauce and vanilla ice cream. There is also an impossible meatloaf version, and instead of the toffee cake you can get a Johnny Appleseed's warm apple cake instead. And if you want more turkey, can I have more turkey, please? If you want some more herb stuffing, which you will want more herb stuffing, can I have some more, please?
Oh, please.
And that is a great use of having one meal a day and managing to last through a Disney day.
Yeah, I'm going to say at $39, it's pretty darn good value, isn't it?
Well, when you work it out, how much you'd pay just at a normal restaurant in the
Absolutely.
UK to have what we would class as a enhanced Sunday dinner, because I do feel this is an enhanced Sunday dinner because it's 3 courses. You've got, your 3 mains, if you like, your 3 proteins. So, yeah, I don't think that's ridiculous. I think $21 for a 3 to 9-year-old would sting a little bit because I can't imagine many 3-year-olds eating $21 worth of food.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because obviously they're taking a seat up and all that sort of malarkey. So I always find child pricing's a little bit strange.
Yeah, but it now serves alcohol.
Does it now?
It does indeed. You can have a house-made sangria, which doesn't, to my mind, really fit with the theme, let's be honest.
Sangria? No, that's
It's
Spanish, isn't it?
Yeah. But you can get a mimosa or you can get a shandy. A shandy.
Oh. That's something that I always remember my mum drinking in the 1980s. It's very much what the ladies drunk. When you went out to a pub over here in the UK, it was like, my dad had the lager, my mum had a lager shandy. But I think I'll go for the mimosa though. Let's have a bit of class, shall we?
$12.
Yeah,
But there is one thing that I have to mention on the menu, and if anybody's going, please, please, please try this wine. It's the Markham Merlot from the Napa Valley, named after my beautiful friend Anthony Markham.
Didn't know he was into winemaking.
No, neither did I. I'm really quite annoyed he's not told me or sent me any wine to sample.
I'm going to say, where's our free bottles, Anthony?
Well, maybe if we mention it loads and loads on the podcast, his winery manager will send some out to us.
Maybe. Is that how it works?
Yeah, obviously, But $15 a glass of a nice wine.
And
it's nice to have a nice glass of wine if you're having a nice meal. And it's, you're in the Magic Kingdom, so it feels a little bit naughty because you're having alcohol.
This is true, yeah. Yeah, feel a bit more sophisticated, even though you're in a theme park.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, drink in moderation, people. Let's not go stealing those cucumbers.
Quickly move on. Yeah.
Let's do. So, that's basically 4 top tips if you're in Walt Disney World. What about Disneyland, I hear you shout, Jane?
What about Disneyland, I mean, Michelle?
Well, to be quite honest, I'm not really going to rage about any of the Disneyland eateries because most of them are unavailable.
Yeah, we're kind of waiting for everything to come back online, aren't we, really?
Yeah, things are starting to whir into action over in California at a rapid pace. You never even know by the time the podcast is released, everywhere will be available. But
it could be different again, couldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite sad going down the list of eateries. Like when you go onto the website, it says there's 126 restaurants, which I think's a stretch of the word restaurant when you include adorable snowman frosted treats as a restaurant.
Yeah.
But there's so many that are unavailable that you can't have. You know, you've got Carnation Cafe, you've got Cafe Circle Lounge, only available, but not the restaurant. You know,
Yeah.
so my plan would probably be, if I was at Disneyland, would either battle through mobile ordering or nip out and go down into downtown Disney, or I'd even probably take a packed lunch, to be quite honest, so that I don't miss a minute in the park, because the cost of these Disney park tickets at the moment is muchas money.
Yeah, it's a sharp intake of breath, isn't it, when you mention those?
Yeah, absolutely. Right, lovelies, we hope we have been informative. If not informative, a little bit of a chuckle in between, one or the other, or maybe even both.
Yeah, both, I think.
We would love it if you would support us by just writing a review. You know, a little bit of a review for us on whatever podcast listening app or machine or whatever you use. It'd be really, really much appreciated. We do love reading any of your feedback. You can catch us on Instagram and Twitter at DisDreamGirls, and your interaction is very much appreciated. You can also email us with any questions or comments, info@DisneyDreamGirls.com. And if you want to get your show a little bit earlier than every Sunday, and you want a couple of extra shows a month, why not pop on over to patreon.com/DisneyDreamGirls to find out more. But until next week, it's a goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.